All right, all right, all right. Let's get this all set up. Hopefully, I have the correct description in here. Got all that going. All right. Thanks for everybody being so patient. We had a t-ball game at. We had pictures done at 8:30. We had a picture night tonight, and then we had a game at 7. But I was trying to monitor everything while I was doing it all day. I was trying to get everything done around the house, laundry, cutting grass, taking care of the dog, taking care of the kids. So I was checking in as much as I could. I just couldn't get on mic or cam. That's just not possible during the day, uh, unless I'm here by myself. When we get the kiddos, that can't happen. Too much going on. But I was tracking these storms over in near Amarillo. It must be moving really slow because I started looking at those. I think it was up when it was still up near Dumas. Right now, there's in Broward County, Florida. There's still 1 minute left on a severe thunderstorm warning. I don't know if they're going to extend that one or not. Down here in California, in Trinity County, there's 31 minutes left on that severe thunderstorm warning. Down in Texas, here we go. This one is a little bit. This is a severe thunderstorm warning, but the damage threat is considerable. Winds in excess of 70 miles an hour with possible three-quarter inch hail. Potter, Texas, Randall, Texas, Carson, Texas, Armstrong, Texas. That's a severe thunderstorm warning with winds possibly 60 miles an hour and three-quarter inch hail. I think they're all together right here in the same spot. Let me just double check. I think those counties kind of like overlap. And we just got another warning for Swisher and Castro. That's for an hour. Severe thunderstorm warning. Let me turn up the volume here so we get alerted. Let me see where that's at. That's just to the south of it. So they're getting prepared for the storm that's blowing down there. So that whole area right there, basically from a few miles north of Amarillo, and this circle right here. Let me make it a little bit bigger. Pretty much this area right here is what we're going to be watching for the first hour, more than likely, as the storm heads south and southeast. I don't recall. Maybe we saw one tornado warning earlier today. I'm not even sure if we've got one or not. Now I'm going to be feeding my face. We didn't cook dinner tonight. We just picked up some pizza on the way home from the ball field. I'm starving. Looks like as these storms went south of Amarillo, they're kind of splitting up. They're not really uniform anymore. There's a couple spots that are kind of heavy. Let me pause it. Just to the southwest of Amarillo, down here near Dimmitt, blowing into Dimmitt, right along Highway 385. Looks like there is some high precipitation there, possibly a little bit of hail. And as we go along, if anybody needs me to check in on their hometown or a specific area, just type in chat. I'm going to do my best to keep looking over here to my left and checking comments. And if I miss something, just give me a minute. It just means that I'm focused on the radar at the moment. But I'm going to try to be cognizant, checking it every couple minutes to read the comments. And if my son Johnson may be jumping in chat here, sometimes he runs over here, so he might jump in and say hi, say hey, what's up? That threat that was down in Florida, apparently that expired. I was watching that as I was driving home. So it looks like that. Looks like this is our action right here. Let me, and actually they have one in California too. I was peeking in at time to time. Let's get over here. Yeah, we got some lightning going on. Let's get this going. There's a little bit of lightning just south, right near Amarillo and to the southwest. Let's see. We got some heavy rain. Some real heavy rain. I'm going to stop the radar for a second and zoom in. Just over here, if you're looking at Amarillo, there's like a straight line that goes down from Amarillo for about 28 miles, almost right in a straight line. There's some pretty high rain right there. And then if you go out a little bit farther down here to near Dimmitt, it's about 50 miles southwest of Amarillo. There's some really heavy wind. I'm sorry, heavy precipitation down there. That's where there may be some hail coming down right now. I'm going to check some wind speeds to see what's going on. And we're currently looking at the radar in Amarillo. There are some incoming winds from the southwest and the southeast, it looks like. And then we got this big old gust of wind right here. Wind speeds in the 40s, a couple 50s. I saw a 58 in there. And just around those winds are 30s and 40s. The incoming wind isn't that strong. It's in the 20s. They're trying to sneak in from the southeast and the southwest, but they're going to be fighting those winds that are over there by Hereford, I guess it's pronounced. It's Hereford. The heavier the wind is going to be going right down I-27. That looks like where the highest winds are, just to the west of I-27, 25 miles south of Amarillo. So if you're traveling along 27, leaving Amarillo or heading into the Amarillo on 27, be cautious there. Let's see what else. Let's go back to the radar and see what's happening. Here's our radar. There's also, if on I-40, just leaving Amarillo, heading to the east, just to the south of I-40 out there, south of Shamrock, there's some heavier rain out there. It looks like it's blowing to the southeast, so I don't think if you're on I-40 right now, you're going to experience any really high rains. It looks like it just crossed over I-40, heading toward Dodson and Wellington. So that rain is moderate to heavy rain right there in those reds. And those oranges are kind of moderate, but then they're going to be a little bit heavier. Right there, it's really kind of, it's moderate to heavy. And then there's still some rain over here in Oklahoma. Let me run it back and see which way the wind's blowing there. It looks like that's blowing it was blowing more eastern, but now it's going to the southeast. Looks like some of those rains are going to be going, one of them is over Elk City right now, and the rest of it is going to be blowing into Clinton if those winds continue going that way. I think it's going to, that one part that's up there near Woodward up here, that might make a little trip through Oklahoma City. And that's a little bit heavier rain, but by the time it gets to Oklahoma City, who knows, because it does look like it's spreading out pretty fast. It doesn't look like it's staying together very well. I'm going to go back over to Amarillo, though, and just check those wind speeds one more time. Look at Elise on top of it. Like and subscribe to show support. Thank you. I appreciate that. I second that. Like and subscribe. Everyone is appreciated. I promise you, you have no idea how much I appreciate that. At the end of every stream, I check to see if we gained any subscribers or not. Because if I check it, if I look at how many people are watching the stream or subbing during the stream, I get anxiety. So I can't look at it during the stream or I start getting nervous. Look at that camera right there. I don't know if you guys can see it very well on your screen, but it looks like purple skies. See out there to the I guess if that camera is heading north, I don't know if that camera is pointing north, but if it is, if you look to like the northwest out there, it really looks purple. Maybe it's my eyeballs. I don't know if you guys are seeing the same thing I am. Let's look here at this. I'm still learning this app. I'm getting used to it. There was a way that I was able to take like that camera out of the app and move it around the screen. I could actually move it over Radio Omega. And I think the way I did it is I went to the provider's website, but it only worked on one camera. Okay, so here we go. And yeah, see, this one doesn't give me the option to take the map and move it around my screen. There was a really cool option on the first camera that I had earlier today, and it allowed me to move it around the screen, which is super helpful. But unfortunately, maybe it's just certain providers that allow you to do it. Like this one right here, that one allows me, like if you see down here in the bottom right corner, it has a little icon where I can click on it and move it around my screen. But I was hoping all of them would, because I don't want it taking up half my screen. I kind of like it in the corner, like either the top or the bottom corners. Let me turn that. Let me go back to here. If we have to, I guess I could. I really don't want to, but. Yeah, it did look purple, didn't it? It was really weird. I don't know what the deal with that was. We don't have any other cameras that are in the middle. Oh, here we go. Let's look at. I really want to get a shot of where the rain's heavier. There we go. There is a. That's from the Texas Department of Transportation. That's right on 40. I want to say it's on 40 and US 287. I'm not sure where 287 and 40. Let me go back. Let me zoom in. That looks like it's just to the east of Amarillo. Let me see if I can zoom in on that. Over here on Radar Omega, and Radar Omega is acting weird. There we go. There we go. So right there, kind of like right here is kind of like where we're seeing that camera right there. It says that picture was taken 30 minutes ago, though. Hopefully the updates here does an update pretty quick. Oh, I didn't mean to let that happen. I was trying to get it to stop. Yeah, it looks like they're. It doesn't. Oh, it was taken 47 minutes ago. Let me see if I can get something sooner. All these are really not updating that fast because they're not keeping up with the storm. Yeah, let me move that over. Actually, when I find a really good cam, then actually let me take those off the screen so they're not distracting. Forecast weather. Move it over here. And then I'm going to check the velocity over here and see inbound. That makes sense. Looks like the wind right over Amarillo right now is being reported at 15 miles an hour to the northwest. And then just outside of just to the northwest up there by Bishop Hills, it looks like it's gusting at 21 miles an hour. Let me see if I'm getting the same reading. Yep, it's pretty darn close. They're both pretty much the same. Here, I'll switch it over really quick. You guys can see a little bit better the wind directions there. And that one's going just to the north. It looks like 43 gust right there. Move that back over just a little bit. It looks like those wind speeds just to the west of 27, down here by Dimmitt and Nazareth, they're staying pretty consistent. There's a wind gust of 60s, 50s and 60s, 49. But it kind of looks like it's, doing this number. It's kind of like stretching out and breaking up. But the strongest of the winds look like it's down there by Nazareth, just to the northwest Nazareth. And then up here off 1058, there might be a little bit of hail mixed in there. It looks like it's going to cross over 214. And that's heavy to moderate rain there. We're getting a little bit of lightning down there too. There's pretty much lightning everywhere, like up near Lake Tanglewood, Canyon. Not so much over to the eastern part of the storm. There's a little bit of scattered thunder and lightning, but the majority of it seems like it's southwest of Amarillo. That's where the majority of the lightning strikes are happening right now. And again, please just type in chat if you need me to check out another area. I'll be more than happy to check out anything you want. I'm gonna go look over in California just for a minute. I haven't looked. I've never live streamed over in California, except for just to check where those wildfires were over by San Francisco the other day. They're getting a little bit. Let's see what their wind velocities are. I think the wind velocities are being not read correctly because of those mountains. You see how mountainous that area is up there by Mount Shasta, Weed, and Etna. If that is correct, they're getting very little wind. It's in the teens. Precipitation, though, there's a couple little spots. They're getting some thunderstorms up there. near just to the north of Red Cap Mountain and Garner Mountain. That's probably like a camping area, hiking trails, that kind of thing. To the west, east of 97. All that's the one storm is probably going to be. Let me run that one storm that's down there by Mount Shasta. Looks like it's trying to cross over Interstate 5. I don't know if there's a mountain kind of blocking it, but now it's kind of turning north, like it's going to go north of 5 and run along it. So moderate to heavy rain over there by Mount Shasta. I don't think they're getting any hail, but we will keep an eye on that. There's only 12 more minutes left on that severe thunderstorm warning. The one I'm going to look at North Carolina, and then we're going to go right back into Texas. Over here in North Carolina, it looks like there's a lot of rain. There's actually some down there. Let's run the radar and see how far it's blowing. I think the part of the storm that's down there by Jacksonville, Havelock, Beaufort, New Bern, I think that's just going to go ahead and blow on out to the Atlantic. There's a little bit more to the south of Jacksonville. I think it's going to continue to the south of Jacksonville and blow out to the Atlantic. The storm's over here by Durham and Cary. They just blew through Durham, and it's right over Wake Forest right now. There's a couple little heavy spots right there just to the southeast and east. So you can expect some rain there. And then over here in the severe thunderstorm warning, I'm going to pause it. The winds are blowing. Where's our radar station down there by Beaufort? And it looks like they're all outbound winds, except up here near Washington and Chocowinity. There's some incoming winds there. There's a lot of lightning mixed into that area. And over near Belhaven, the winds looks like they're not too bad. They're in the teens and 20s. I saw 131-mile-an-hour gust there. There's nothing crazy. On the edge of the storm, it's a little bit stronger. There's a 35-mile-an-hour gust right there. And then if we go back to the precipitation radar, all of it's moderate. I don't think there's really any heavy rain there. If you're to the west of the severe thunderstorm warning, you're probably going to get a bunch of lightning. Wow. That's a lot right there in that area. That's where those winds are blowing south. Right over Washington, the winds are coming in from the north and blowing south, and the rest of the winds look like they are moving to the east. That's a lot of lightning in that one little team. Oh, that's a lot of lightning. Holy cow. If you guys are over there near Washington, expect a lot of lightning. And then up near Columbia, they're getting some good rain up there. A lot of lightning for a small area. And Nag's Head. It's going to be blowing into Nag's Head here any minute. Kitty Hawk, Kill Devil's Hill, Southern Shores, right out there. But again, that's going to be blowing right out to the Atlantic, I think. So North Carolina, you don't have much more to worry about. You still have more storms that are coming that are just passing through Durham and Cary right now. And there might be some over there just to the south of High Point coming together. Can you please check our area in Canada? Where in Canada are you? Virginia Beach. It looks like you guys are just getting some light rain right now. Hey, horse lover, it's right here. You guys are just getting some light rain right now, and the winds up there are. I saw a gust of like 35. So if you got anything, let me check to see if it's through there yet. I think the majority of it. I think between the rain and the wind, I would be more concerned with the wind. Can you give me a little bit more specific? West Kelowna. I'm not from Canada. I don't know very much up in Canada. Can you give me a province and some cities that are around there? I would Google it, but my plate of pizza right here is sitting on top of my laptop. I can't get it. It's in British. I'm sorry. I haven't had a chance to eat in about 5 hours. I'm taking this opportunity to scarf down some pizza while I pull these up. So Cal, Kalawana, British Columbia, at least says. Um, oh, don't be scared of the weather. Don't be scared of the weather. We're going to cover it for you and tell you exactly what's going on and put your mind at rest because there's nothing crazy going to happen up there, I don't think. I don't see it. There it is, right there. I don't see anything in you guys' radar up there. I'm looking at the weather station that I'm looking at. That the only one that's up there in that area doesn't show anything. Were you guys forecasted anything up there, Ethan? I don't check the reports for Canada too often unless it's really severe. I don't see anything. Let me pull it up on Windy really quick and see if they're showing any cloud cover up there. Let's see. Let me zoom out. According to Radar Omega in the Windy app, you don't have anything. You don't even have any cloud cover that I can see. It should be about 6:40 p.m. your time. Kalona. Oh, okay. There we go. Kalona. 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 Kalone. I bet you I've been through there. Well, maybe not. Unless the that highway goes north through there, I'd have to look at that on Radar Omega and see. I may have been through there sometime. Nope, I haven't been through there. I when I went through British Columbia, I was on one. Unfortunately, I didn't get to make it over there. But it looks like they have a really big lake over there. That would be amazing fishing, I bet. I would love to go there. If you're a fisherman, Ethan, let me know what kind of fish you guys catch up there. Man, that's such a beautiful part of your country, too. British Columbia is beautiful. When you're coming down one and you get to that mountain part before you come into Washington and you're going around those curvy roads in the mountains, that's one of the most beautiful places on earth. It's right up there with Alaska. And it might be more because you can see like when you're coming from the north going south and you're going around those curvy mountains on one, it almost reminds you of Scotland, the way the farms and the different properties, you can almost make it out. It's so cool. Kal- Kalona. Man, if I ever get a chance to get back up there, I'm going to bring about 6 fishing rods with me. And Ethan, you're going to have to give us a tour of that lake because that looks like an amazing place to fish. And it looks like there's like a bunch of little lakes around it, right off 97C. Wow, is that a bridge that goes across it? Oh, look at your city there. That's amazing. Look at that. There's actually a good sized city there. Right on, I don't know if you guys call it interstates or highways, but I'll just call it Highway 97. Wow, so lucky. That's beautiful. Amazing part of your country. That's anybody gets a chance to go through British Columbia and get up there, it's amazing. It really is. If I would have had an iPhone back there, I would have filled up the whole memory on the iPhone just taking pictures of British Columbia. So awesome. Yeah, I appreciate it, Ethan. That brought back some good memories driving down there. I drove through there the first time in '95, and then the second time when I was coming back down south would have been right around '98. So it was a long time ago. But if it's still as beautiful as now as it was then, that's God's country up there. I mean, that's a beautiful place. Sorry, I'm just keeping an eye on this one little thing real quick. Just kind of looking right here. Looks like we got some a little bit of wind circulation there. I don't think it's anything crazy, but I'm gonna keep a really close eye on that. Just to the west of Dimmitt, I guess it is. Make a mental note. I really wish they would give us more weather stations, access to more weather stations up in Canada. Because we get a lot of, I mean, believe it or, I mean, just in the last 2 or 3 nights, we've had what, like 8 or 10 people from Canada coming in? And there's nothing greater than a Canadian accent. God. I don't know too much about Eastern Canada, like those French accents, but in those provinces out to the west or and center, I guess the central part and the western part, funniest people. Love that accent. I could just sit there and talk to them all day long. They remind me of Australians. I used to work with a lot of Australians, and I never met an Australian or Canadian that wasn't like happy, in a good mood. They're always happy and cheerful, and hey, bud, how you doing? You know, and they're awesome. The only problem with the Australians though is you get too much beer in them, and they want to they want to fight. Not like fight to hurt you or anything like that. It's like it's just playful fighting, and it's not like meanness or anything like that. That's just like fun to them. At least the military guys, anyway. They're hilarious. There was this one place in Canada we used to go called Cold Lake or something. I can't remember where it's at, but we used to go up there with a squadron of C-130s, and we would do joint training with Canadians. It was a lot of fun. I've never seen a tornado in my life either, man. I've seen water spouts, like those water tornadoes, but I've never seen a tornado face to face. I see a ton of pictures of them in videos, but to be honest, I'm not sure if I really want to. Maybe if I went like storm chasing or something like that, I might. I guess that might be the thing, but not around where I live. I don't want to see any. They can stay way away from me. I cover them and I watch them. That's right. At least you throw hockey in there. I bet they'll be fighting. They fight on the ice. unless anything crazy happens, I think we're just going to be covering Texas tonight. I think those storms over in North Carolina are just going to blow on out, blow out to the Atlantic. Once those storms that are over in Durham and Cary, Rocky Mountain area, Wake Forest, once those get over to where Kitty Hawk is, if they keep blowing over there past Greenville, past Goldsboro, they're getting ready to cross over to 95 right now. If they once they start getting across 95, and that way, if they keep in an easterly direction, they have nothing else to worry about. And I know we have one person asked about Virginia Beach. I don't think those storms are going to go anywhere near Virginia Beach. Looks like they're just going to keep on heading straight east. So you are good in Southern Virginia, Virginia Beach, Chesapeake, Norfolk, Newport News. You're good. There's a little bit of rain just southeast of Chesapeake right now, but absolutely nothing crazy going on there. East Coast is looking good. It looks like those rains are really lighting up to the east of Amarillo. They're still, actually, they've really lightened up everywhere over there. Those purple areas that were showing up about 20 minutes ago, they've disappeared. I think that, like I said, like they're breaking up. They're breaking up into little individual storms. They were like when they were north of Amarillo coming down, it was really compacted, but they hit those winds right there that are heading into the tower, and it's just breaking it up because the wind speeds. Let's see. Yeah, it doesn't really count now because it's too far north. Those incoming speeds, even right here, there's a little bit of incoming wind right there in the teens and 20s, and then these winds up here in the teens and 20s. It just really decimated that storm and is really splitting it up. Southern Quebec. Which one's Quebec? It doesn't give me the names of the provinces, unfortunately. When I get one of those whiteboards, I need a whiteboard up here where I can, put some maps and stuff like that, so I can just like look up really quick and see. There's actually more stations here than I thought in the southern part. I guess because they're near the border. If this is Quebec, yeah, they have some rain up here. I just don't have another radar site to look at north of there. Ooh, yeah, there's some rain over here too. Oh, there's Quebec. I see it. I see Quebec. They're under a rainfall warning. I've never heard of a rainfall warning before. That must be something Canadian. That must be the Canadian version of our thunderstorm warnings. To the right, Ontario. Okay. Yep. Yeah, their weather service must be their terminology. Rainfall warning. I'm going to read one here in a second and see what it says. I need to clear this desk though. I'll be right back. Give me 30 seconds. What you doing, bud? I'm telling you, he loves chasing that sock. I don't know why he likes it so much, but he loves chasing it. In a little bit, Daddy's got to finish working coach. I'm working right now. I got to make some money. Just like Mommy's working. Daddy's got to work too sometimes. But the thing is, when we play Pokemon this time, I'm making the teams. I'm handing out the cards. You go play and watch your shows if you want.
Okay, it's important for you.
There's nothing there.
Oh, something's the Play-Doh.
Now, so in the Canadian school systems, do they have to learn French also and English? Or is that just over in the eastern part, the French areas? I get conflicting answers about that. I was kind of curious. I'm going to jump back over here to the Lubbock radar and just see how far it reaches, because it is moving to the south. So it looks like that the intensity of the right to the northeast of Dimmitt looks like the precipitation picked up, back up, but out to the west, it looks like it still went down. That went out there, just a heads up, real quick. Over there, northeast of Memphis, near Wellington. Here, let me run it back real quick, a few frames, and see. It looks like it's still moving more to the southeast, like it's going to blow into, just skip through Altus maybe, or just to the west of Altus in Oklahoma, and then move back into Vernon and Wichita Falls, Texas. It looks like both of those storms are blowing the same way. Even over on the Windy app, it looks like it's doing pretty much the same thing. Down near to Plainview. How far is Plainview from there? Looks like Plainview is just north of Lubbock. I can't tell right now if that western part of the storm is going to go through Lubbock or not. It's just all going to depend on how well that wind is blowing to the east, the eastern part. So French classes are mandatory until a certain grade. Then you can opt out or until you graduate high school. Wow. I would have flunked out of school if I went to Canada. I barely got through Spanish. I took 3 years of Spanish, and I'm not sure if I can count to 10 in Spanish now. That was too long ago. I'm going to pause this. Over on the Windy app, oh gosh, hold on. Over on the Windy app, the rain up there near south of Fairview looks a lot more substantial than it does over on the Radar Omega app. I'm not sure if that's actually. It's showing the lightning the exact same. Let me see if I have it on the precipitation one. That's weather radar, so yeah. Let's look at the rain accumulation map. The map. I don't like that one. Thunderstorms. Yeah, those don't really match up either. Is that from actually an hour ago? Yeah, I'm not liking that map either. I really like the showing the winds, but it's not showing us the clouds. The storm is. That does. Ooh, that might be better. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. I think I like that one. Which one was that? So I can remember. That was the satellite with recent precipitation. This doesn't give me the state line, which is a bummer. There's Alpine. There it is. When was that? They need another radar site down here because this is out of range of everything. We had this problem when we were looking down there at Fort Stockton on Saturday, I think it was. I like that infrared map. That is nice. See, you like it the way with the like the radar meg on the right and windy on the left. I'm getting used to it. I still need to learn the windy one though, and find the best settings. I like the fact that windy has multiple radars. You know, it has all the radars going, and I don't mind having to switch radars over on Radar Omega. It's just the only thing that's more convenient on Radar Omega is that I can do that really fast with just a keystroke and see the wind velocities. Speaking of which, the wind velocities over here are still in the 50s and 60s, but they're just to the edge of the storm. Those lightning's really pretty good over there near. Wow, I need to look at that. Let's see. It looked like they're pretty good over there near Elk City and right near the state line. A lot of lightning over there. Those wind speeds just picked up in the last 10 minutes, it seems like. The part that's to the west of 27. The only thing that I wish we could add to this right now is the live weather cameras. I gotta figure that out. Earlier today, I was able to get that one camera over in the corner from the provider's website, but not all the providers give you that option, fortunately. I mean, that tornado again in Gaithersburg yesterday. Oh, it's wicked. This is really where I need two monitors. Yeah, they do time out. This is where I really wish I had two monitors, but then my stream, you could, I mean, even if I had on two separate monitors when I'm streaming, it's only what monitor I choose. I can't. I could bring the two apps together on the same monitor, but you don't really get the effect on the stream. That's the thing. Unless you do it just like this. It's too bad during just stream that, like, if you're streaming, that somebody can't click on one camera or the other. Like, if you're streaming two different monitors or something like that, they can't like pick which one. That would be kind of cool. Maybe they'll come up with that one day. I'm gonna just check. Look at that wild picture there. That's pretty cool. I'm gonna just double check to make sure. So Swisher and Castro, Texas, have about 7 minutes left on their severe thunderstorm warnings. Lassen in California have 22 more minutes. I believe that was the storm that was like way up to the north in the mountains. So Nash, Wilson, Franklin, Johnson County, North Carolina. You have 37 minutes left. Floyd, Briscoe, Hale, Swisher, Castro. Some of those are duplicates. Those have been extended out to 52 minutes. And Collinsworth, Texas, is 7 minutes, and that's considered. They have that set as a damage threat of possibly considerable damage, and that's right there. It's kind of heavy, and the velocity is not impressive at all. It's in the teens and low teens, single digit ones. Not impressed with that right now. I'm gonna jump back over to North Carolina there really quick, just in case, because they're going to be moving into those heavily populated areas. It looks like they've totally cleared Durham. There's still storms to the west of Durham, but they're down near Canopolis, and I think that's still blowing in a east direction. Yeah, blowing into Linden Oaks, and then it's probably going to blow into Goldsboro right around Seymour Johnson Air Force Base, somewhere around there. Then Kinston, and making its way probably right through Greenville, out to the coast, and into the Atlantic. But it's going to last a little bit longer. It's not moving like super fast, not super slow either, but it's not super fast. But if you're in North Carolina or in Virginia Beach, you're still getting a little bit of light rain. Almost 99% of that's blown out to the ocean. Jackson's going to be getting a little bit more rain here, and to the east of that, along the coast. Wilmington looks like you're clear. If anything pops up, I'll jump back over to North Carolina, or if anybody requests going back over to North Carolina, I'll jump over there in a second. It only takes me a second to move around here. Actually, I'm going to pull up keep it on the Amarillo radar. It looks like you're still getting some rain and lightning down there in Alpine. Oh, that's really cool how they do their lightning strike thing, the lightning strike animation. Look at that. That's really cool. Hey, y'all, we're only 31 subs away from 300. Woohoo! We might hit that tonight. maybe maybe if we keep our fingers crossed for some more severe weather, we'll hit 300 subscribers tonight. Just depends how long the stream goes. Damn, thank you, Ethan. I didn't realize my mic was muted. But I was wondering. I was wondering if anybody knows like how YouTube works. I know how subscribers work and like the number of subscribers you get, but the thing that I was curious about, what's the whole? I mean, I know what the point of the like button is. I mean, duh. People can tell you how much they like it, but does YouTube like use some kind of algorithm or something like that based off how many likes and views? Like, say you get like 25% of the people hit the like button. Does that mean that the likelihood of your channel being recommended to people that search for, like, in my case, like weather or live weather radar, will they? I wonder if that will increase the chances of like your channel showing up when people search. Like if somebody were to search for live weather radar, if I have more likes than like maybe another channel, does that mean that I get a preferred higher ranking or something like that? And then I changed, like, I looked up, somebody was telling me, hey, you need to put keywords into your description. I didn't used to do that, but like tonight I put in like hashtag Texas, California, severe weather channel. Yeah. Oh, I put weather channel there twice. I shouldn't have done that. I need to take one out, I guess. I just put stuff in there that I think people might search for that would be relevant to, my stream. I'm obviously not going to put in like hot rods or something like that, or how to fix a refrigerator for this kind of stream. But so, how does it work? Do they say like if you get a bunch more likes that they're going to recommend your channel more? I guess. Maybe I should start liking my own videos. Like when they come up here, I'm going to do it right now. I'm going to like my own video. That probably doesn't count there, does it? Because they'll know where I'm streaming from, and they'll know that I liked it. That probably won't help. I might get actually dinged for that. I better be careful. Yeah, I'm not going to mess around with that. I don't want to get dinged, get in trouble. I was watching a weather streamer. I think it was last night. No, it was the night that my stream died. The night that it cut out. So I was going to bed and I was watching this other weather streamer, and he had 275,000 subscribers. That blows my mind. I don't know how long he's been streaming for, but that's like 250,000 people have subscribed to his channel. That's crazy to me. That just blows my mind. Maybe you have to stream for like years and years, or you just have to be like really lucky, or you just know what you're doing as far as putting the right stuff in there. I don't know. Again, I don't think I could. Oh, and also another thing too is when he was streaming, um, you know how like it says like how many people are watching your video. He had like over 10,000 people watching his stream at the time, and I couldn't do that. I would have to put a piece of tape on my monitor so I can't read how many people. Because if it started getting up into the thousands, I would start having an anxiety attack. I wouldn't be able to do it. The more of your interest, the more YouTube will recommend it to other. Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense. You know, I guess they probably take like a percentage of how many people hit the thumbs up button compared to how many people actually watch the video, and maybe for like how long they watch the video for too. Maybe I don't know. But yeah, dude He had 10,000 viewers at one time watching his stream, and I was like, man, that would literally give me an anxiety attack. I don't know why, because it's not like you can really mess up. I mean, you're just reading a radar and telling people what their weather is and stuff. And then if something, if you get like a tornado warning or something like that, then you obviously want to focus in on that and give everybody as much information as you can to try to keep people safe. But it's not hard. I don't. It's easy to do. But if I knew that many eyeballs were on me or scrutinizing me or something like that, I would probably get a little self conscious and have some anxiety. I could deal with negative comments. It's just I would be afraid that I would mess up something. I don't know what, but because as you know, I don't worry about mispronouncing city names because I'm really good at that. He has mods, so he doesn't have to worry about that. Oh, you mean like moderators? What does a moderator do? I'm gonna go dump this in the sink. I'll be right back and grab another Pepsi. And this stream was not sponsored by Pepsi. If anybody has any connections with Pepsi Cola, um, tell them there's a guy that really likes their product. And if they want to sponsor me, that'd be great. What are you doing, dude? What are you watching? What are you doing? Hey, you need to take your night vitamin, bro. We forgot to take it last night. Oh boy.
Doo boy. Bubba, you get $1,000,000.
I don't have any blankets in my bed right now. chat moderators can delete comments and put users in timeout or block someone from posting. Oh, like people who are being annoying or something. Oh, spammers are more of a problem. Also, they can post links. Well, that's cool. Well, at least when I hit the big time, once we get 1,000 subscribers or something like that, if you have the extra time, you can be a moderator. If you want to do that, because I don't know how to do that. I'm sure I can figure it out, but I can't keep up with chat half the time. I need to. I talked to my neighbor the other day, and her son is going to build me a bigger desk. My desk is okay size. It's probably 4 foot wide by I don't know how many feet deep, but maybe 2 feet, 2.5 feet deep, something like that. But I'm too cramped here. I got too much stuff going on in a little area. I don't have anywhere to put my headphones, and I don't really have room to put a mic. I'm going to need to get like one of those little arm things or something like that. So he's going to build me a desk that's wider and have a little shelf. I got a shelf, but again, it's really small. Oh shoot! All right, then we'll get you, and if you're not on, then we'll get somebody else. Then can you be a moderator? Like, how would I make you a moderator? Like right now, if I wanted to do that, how would I like say, okay, this person has the ability to be like if somebody comes in here and starts being a jerk or something like that. We've never had one of those yet, but again, I'm a teeny channel, so because I'll do it right now if I can figure it out. Because then, like, I never post a link to like my Twitter channel or anything like that. I put it. I think it's like on one of the sides. Oh, it's actually at the bottom of the screen right now. But usually, I have a ticker going. I put that little ticker, that has the information, updating info. When there's a lot going on, right now it's pretty much just this, so I didn't really need to. Wait a minute. I think you select someone's name in the chat and options appear. Oh, I see it now. Which one do I select? Do I select manage moderator or just standard moderator? It says managing moderator can manage block words and change chat modes in live. It also has capability of standard moderators. Standard moderators can review and remove chat messages. Just let me know which one to pick, and I'll do it. Here, let me see what happens if I click on managing moderator. I guess it says Miss Elise is now a managing moderator. Let's see what that allows you to do. That would be pretty cool. I just made you the one where you can do the most. Not the basic one, not the one on the bottom, but the one. Oh, there you go. So now there's like a little wrench by your name. That's awesome. I'm now. Oh yeah, you are blue. I'm colorblind. I'm red green colorblind, so it's hard for me to see. No, thank you, Elise. I appreciate it. Every little bit of help I can get. If anybody else wants to help out too, just let me know. because once we hit 5 million subscribers, no, I'm just kidding. That would take me about 50 years to get that. Or get to that one dude. I forget his name. I wish I could remember that one YouTuber. He had about 275,000 subscribers. And the real big guy, I can't remember his name, something Hay or something Y'all or something. He was in multi millions. Like, I'm talking not like 1 million or 2 million. He was like, I think he was like in the 10 million range or something like that. You should include a slide down, slide out, or drop down tabletop for. Yeah, you're right. This one guy had that really cool desk. I think he picked it up at Home Depot, actually, which was kind of crazy. But it was like my desk right now. It can go up and down. It can raise and lower. But this dude had like all kinds of really cool things, like pull outs and stuff like that. He never mentioned how much it cost him because he said he got the floor model at Home Depot. So he got it on sale. I'm gonna start looking for it. Or if my neighbor's son can build me one, that would be awesome. Yeah, that one guy. I wish I could remember his name. It was something like Hey. His name was something like Hey something, and then it said Y'all or something. Let me see if I can find him really quick. If it comes up on my feed. Wow. So the guy that I was watching the other night that had the 275,000 subscribers, now he's at 294,000 subscribers. No, I'm sorry, that's not right. That's how many views he had. Oh my god, he's been streaming for 3 hours and 49 minutes, and he's got 294,000 views. Holy moly! Hats off to you, dude. That's amazing. Wow, he's a pro. Hats off to you. I guess a big part of it is too is building up a community. Because it seems like the majority of our folks that watch the stream are either in Texas, Oklahoma, um, and crazy enough, a lot in Canada. We get a lot of Canadians. Um, there's a few in North Carolina, Virginia. We haven't had too many from Florida yet. I'm imagining we'll start getting some more in Florida once hurricane season starts. No, I'm not on mute. The mic's live. No, it says my mic's working fine. It says the cam's going good, the mic's working good, and the screen share is working good. It was you, huh? That's funny. You know what would be messed up is if your moderators can mute the streamer. Like if he starts getting belligerent or something like that, or starts cussing, you could like mute him so he doesn't get in trouble with YouTube. Man, this storm over Amarillo, it's moving slow, just like that storm did over Oklahoma City the other night. It's taking a long time to get out of there. There's a little teeny patch of rain getting ready to go into Oklahoma City. And it looks like this storm, let me run it back 21 frames and see. And the one storm near Amarillo looks like it's running southeast right now. And if you're watching and you want me to go to a different area and look at it, just let me know. The only reason I'm here on this spot is because there's a bunch of severe thunderstorm warnings. But if you need me to jump over to North Carolina or Nevada or anything like that, just let me know. Actually, I'm going to jump to Nevada real quick, just real fast. They're getting ooh, that's unusual. They're getting a lot of rain up there. And it's blowing northeast. Wow, where the heck did that come from? I can't imagine that they get too many thunderstorms there. They're kind of strong, too. There's a lot of precipitation. A lot of precipitation, and it's moving fast. That's out in the desert. I bet they're going to get some flash flood here tonight. Where else? Up in Boise. It looks like. Wait a minute. I'm not reading it right. Yeah, this looks like it's blowing northeast towards Idaho. Yeah, I'm going to check the radar up here to see how far it's gone. Yeah, it's definitely going into Twin Falls. We don't see too many storms up here. But it's zooming. It's zooming on through. Looks like it's all pretty much blowing north of Interstate 80. Let's jump back over to our storm here. Yeah, that's a good idea. Actually, let's I'm gonna take this full screen really quick and I want to look at the outlook for tomorrow. Whoops, clicked the wrong button. Looks like the slight risk affected areas are going to be Omaha, Nebraska, Lincoln, Nebraska, Bellevue, Nebraska, Grand Island, Nebraska, and Kearney, Nebraska. Marginal risks are going to be in the Nebraska area. It looks like the population is 1.7 million. Are going to be affected by the possible storms up there. And then in the marginal risk, it looks like Kansas City, Missouri, Wichita, Kansas, Amarillo, Texas, Overland Park, Kansas, Kansas City, Kansas. And it looks like the population that's going to be affected by those storms could be about 5.5 million. And here is our map, right here. It looks like the whole state of Florida. Here, I'll just go ahead and read it. There's a slight risk of severe thunderstorms across the portions of Nebraska and northern Kansas. Severe thunderstorms are possible from the central and southern high plains into central plains on Friday. Central and southern high plains east to the mid-Missouri Valley as weak shortwave throughout embedded within west-northwesterly flow off across Intermountain West and begins to emerge into the high plains. I'm just looking for more specifics. Afternoon heating of the moistened low-level air mass will result in moderate destabilization with greater mix westward towards the high plains, resulting in a deep boundary layer. Isolated storms should initiate near Lee through dry lines from Nebraska southward to northeastern New Mexico and the Texas Panhandle, spreading eastward with time and due to cold pool generation possibly. I'm not even sure what that means. Growing upscale into one or more clusters of storms, damaging winds, gusts would be the primary severe risk with this convection. Additional storm development may occur farther east in Nebraska near the warm front as a southwesterly low-level jet evolves beginning in the early evening. Initial storms developing here will likely be supercellular, giving moderate strong mid-level west-northwesterly atop the low-level southerly lie yield. Favorable shear or organized rotating winds, while a tornado would be possible, particularly with a storm evolving near the warm front. Damaging winds and local hail would be more likely severe weather risks. And that is our Friday outlook. So, just to summarize, there's a slight risk of severe thunderstorms across portions of Nebraska and northern Kansas. Severe thunderstorms are possible from the central and southern high plains into the central plains on Friday. So right up here. I'm going to take a screenshot of that and see if that holds true tomorrow, just to see how accurate their prediction is. Let's go on to Saturday and see what's going on for Saturday. And Saturday, it looks like it's going to be more in south. Looks like eastern Colorado, southern Kansas, northern Oklahoma, mid to south Arkansas. I'm sorry, northwest Arkansas, and mid to southern Missouri. And right in there in that Texas Panhandle. Well, this is Saturday's outlook. There's a marginal risk of severe thunderstorms from central high plains across southern Kansas and northern Oklahoma into the Ozark Plateau. I'll screenshot that one tomorrow because that could possibly change between now and Friday evening. This was today's forecast, by the way. Let's see how accurate that was. Wow. They were pretty accurate for today. Today's forecast was there's a slight risk of severe thunderstorms across parts of southern high plains. Scattered strong severe thunderstorms will continue this evening across the southern high plains. Gusty winds and some hail are the main risks. But if you look at that graphic, they were pretty much right on. I mean, look at the storms that we're getting right now. They're right there in the higher risk area, or where they're predicting it. They've been really good lately. They've been pretty right on over the last 10 days at least. Look at that storm. It's blowing. Yeah, it's right where they said it would be. It's pretty darn good. Plainview, Texas, Canyon, Texas, Elk City, Oklahoma, Weatherford, Oklahoma, Clinton, Oklahoma, Miami, Florida, Lubbock, Texas, Orlando, Florida, Amarillo. It's right. They were right on, man. Right there. Good job, National Weather Service. You're on the ball. Oh, check out these. Wow. Is that South Florida? Yeah, it looks like Southwest Florida felt like 116 at 4 p.m. It was 114 in Babcock Ranch, 104 in Cape Coral. This is like what it felt like. It isn't actual temperatures. 108 in Northport, 109 in Moorhaven, 112 in Golden Gate, 111 in Naples, 110 in Marco Island, and 115 in Everglades City. That's what the heat index was. Fox News is reporting that Hawaii is bracing for extreme wildfire potential. Officials are watching Hawaii closely as the entire state has an above average fire potential this summer. This comes nearly a year after a massive wildfire devastated La, Lahaina Island, Hawaii. When was this? Here is a heat map of tornadoes. Here is a heat map of tornadoes reported, sorted by county across the U.S. so far this year. I want to see this. Whoops. So here's your heat map of tornadoes. Hey, how's it going, Palma? We're just looking at a map right now, a heat map of where all the tornadoes were reported this year. It's a good chunk down in Texas. But look up in Nebraska, up there near Lincoln and Omaha. Wow. Surprisingly, look at western Pennsylvania, southwestern Pennsylvania. There's a lot there. Northern Alabama, southwestern Louisiana, all over Oklahoma. And the majority of Kansas was kind of like down the southeast in that northeast corner. Wow. They even had quite a few down there near in the Florida Panhandle near I guess that's Okaloosa County down there. That storm is continuing to make its way down the plain view, and then probably eventually into Lubbock. Looks like we're down to 3 severe thunderstorm warnings. There's 10 minutes left for Floyd, Briscoe, Hale, Swisher counties in Texas. And we have 25 more minutes for Lamb, Castro, Palmer, Hale, and Bailey, Texas. And 25 more minutes for Elko, Nevada. The Elko, Nevada storm is moving really fast. Go back over there and look at it really quick. Sorry, wrong one. Or did it just expire there? Boom. It had 25 more minutes left in the one in Elko, Nevada. And I just said it was moving pretty fast. And as soon as I said it, they removed it. So the only thing we have left is here in Texas as far as severe storm warnings. We have flash flood warnings in Randall County, Texas, and Potter County, Texas. So if you're in there, turn around. I'm going to check some of the wind speeds here. Let's see what we're getting. We're looking at the Lubbock radar here. And it looks like the incoming winds into Lubbock are in the low to mid 20s. There was a couple 30s in there. And actually, I'm sorry. Those winds right here are blowing away from the tower in Lubbock at 20 to 30 miles an hour. And then we have incoming winds of anywhere in the mid-teens to upper 30s. And it's kind of the same situation up here just to the west of Dimmitt. There's outgoing winds in the teens to mid-20s, and the incoming winds are in the teens and mid-20s. So we're kind of seeing the same speed in the wind, and this is going to crash into each other right there, just to the west of Dimmitt. There's a lot of lightning going on there. Let's keep a close eye up there near Dimmitt and Plainview. We've got some winds that are going to be conflicting there, and they're right around the same wind speed. So we'll see. I don't know if it's going to slow the storm down even more. I would assume it is, but we'll wait and see. It's really kind of breaking up because of that. You remember when I restarted the stream and the storm was farther up near Amarillo? Well, actually, about 2 hours ago, when the storm was north of Amarillo and northwest, the storm was packed a lot tighter, and then as it got into Amarillo and hit some of those winds, it started to kind of fall apart into fingers, and then it slowly started coming back together, and now it's slowly being ripped apart again. It hasn't really. It started to reform over there by Dimmitt to the west, but I think as it starts to blow into those outward winds from Lubbock, it's just going to rip it apart again. And I think that's why we saw a decrease in the amount of precipitation over there. Because it's almost like fingers. If the storm was like you're putting your two fists together, it kind of just started separating your two hands and it just turned into fingers. That's probably the most unscientific way to explain it, but it makes sense to me. That's how I explain it. Or maybe like a cheese shredder just shredding it apart. you have a big block of cheese or something, and you're just shredding it, and it's just going off into little pieces now, going through the cheese shredder. And again, if anybody needs me to look at any other areas, North Carolina, Nevada, California, that little part of Canada, Germany, we now have access to Germany radar, South Korea, and Australia. Thanks to Elise, we now know that. I think that was Elise. You told us that last night, I think. So if we have any viewers in Germany, South Korea, or Australia, I need to start tapping into those geographic locations. I'll start putting that in the YouTube keywords. Keywords or meta tags. I'm not sure what they call it. But the only thing that I start to fear is that people will start, if they're from Germany or South Korea, that they'll be typing in German and South Korean, Germany or whatever they speak in Korea. I won't be able to read that. Yeah, it looks like everything is moving south. The only thing that we had, Paul, is there were some storms over in North Carolina. There still are, but they weren't damaging or anything. Here we go. Here's Raleigh. I thought they had cleared Raleigh, but that must have been the. Let me get a bigger screen here. Here's Raleigh right here. Raleigh, Durham, Cary. Most of the storms have passed Durham and Cary. They're just north of Goldsboro along 95, crossing over into Wilson, Rocky Mount. They're going to be blowing into Greenville, it looks like, and it's going to follow 64 all the way out to the Atlantic. And then down to the southeast, it looks like it's going through, just finishing up in Jacksonville and blowing through Beaufort. And the heaviest of the rain that was over there in that part is already out over the ocean. And there's a little chunk over here just to the south of Kitty Hawk, and Nag's Head might be getting a little bit of precipitation there. Maybe even a little bit of moderate if you're south of 64. But again, the part that's over here by Wilson and Rocky Mount, that's going to be here. I'll actually run the radar back 21 frames. And it looks like it's heading straight east. So it's probably going to be blowing through Columbia, Belhaven, between there, finishing up in Nag's Head and Kitty Hawk. That's the only thing that we have on the East Coast. There were some storms down here too, in South Carolina, but those all blew out into the Atlantic, so we're good there. Virginia, actually earlier, had some precipitation, but I think that the part that was in Virginia is already out in the Atlantic. I believe this was the part right here that was going over Richmond and Virginia Beach area, Norfolk. So those folks are good there for tonight. The only thing that we're really keeping an eye on is over here near Lubbock and Amarillo. It's pretty much starting to pass through Amarillo. If there's anything left in Amarillo, it's probably just sprinkles. Yeah. Grizzly lives up in, didn't he say he's up in Canada? Or was that Nebraska? Oh, you got some hail in West Virginia? What part of West Virginia are you in approximately? We still have some. We still have one of our sides of my. I think it's my dad's grandmother's side. We still have family in West Virginia. Or were you just driving through? We're getting a radar update here. And again, most of the heavier rain is still over there towards the west. As it blows into Lubbock, it looks like it's kind of taking on more of a southeasterly direction. And then that heavier part, right when it crossed over 27, it went down in intensity and broke up at the same time. Again, I think it was the winds that were leaving Lubbock just went in there and just ripped it apart. Oh, down in Monroe County, the southeast part down here. Is that near Lewisburg? Because I think this is where I think the part of our family lives down here. Because I think Bluefield, there's actually a Bluefield, West Virginia, and there's also a Bluefield, Virginia. Yeah, right there. There's a Bluefield, West Virginia, and then right across the line, there's a Bluefield, West Virginia, and a Bluefield, Virginia. I'm not sure what county that is. Oh, okay. You're near Union. Right on. That's right, Mercer County. That's right. I was doing some genealogy stuff on that one app, Ancestry.com, I think it was, and a lot of the birth records I was finding was from Mercer County. Actually, I think my father was born in Mercer County. And I didn't find a birth certificate for him back then. Um, in West Virginia, you didn't get a birth certificate. You got a receipt from the hospital. They gave you a bill, so you just got a receipt. You had to actually later on. He had to request a birth certificate from the state. I guess I don't know. That's funny. Your parents walking out of the hospital, and they're like, "Yep, here's your receipt for your newborn." Maybe that's just a West Virginia thing. That lightning really is. There's a lot of lightning over there by Hollis, right on the border of Texas and Oklahoma. There's a lot of lightning strikes over there right now. And there's a lot of lightning strikes over northeast of Millshoe. There's a lot of lightning activity there. It's starting to pick up there just south of Amarillo, right along Interstate 27, looks like. If anybody needs a weather outlook for their area, just let me know. There's not a whole lot going on. This is pretty much the only area that we're looking at right now. But again, if you're in Germany, it's been there's only 2 counties in Texas right now that's still under severe thunderstorm warning. If anybody wants me to jump over to Germany, Australia, or South Korea. You mean it actually hit your body, at least? You actually got hit by quarter-size hail? I've never been hit by hail, unless it was like pea-size hail. We're like really little stuff. Probably not even the size of a pea, smaller. I can't imagine getting hit by quarter-size hail. That would be crazy. That's funny. You were born at 12:02 a.m. on February 28th. The doctor wrote down 11:58 to avoid leap year problems. That was really smart. I loved West Virginia. Oh, that's right. So yeah, 12:02 on the 29th. Yeah, that's smart that they did that because that would be a pain in the butt. You know what I mean? Having to deal with that. I mean, I'm sure people understand, but that would just be a pain in the butt being born on the 29th. It would cause a lot of issues. So on leap year, you're actually celebrating your birthday a day early. I guess everybody does, right? Or if it's not leap year, I don't. Maybe I have it backwards. If they don't have it on the 28th, or if they were born the 29th, all those people. Now, I wonder if they all celebrate their birthday on the 28th, or if they celebrate it on the 1st, if they were born on the 29th. I wonder how they do that. I imagine it would be the 28th. That's probably the more popular date. Are there a lot of people down there in West Virginia? There was a show on the History Channel a while back. I think it was History Channel or one of those channels. And there was these. First, they did a documentary on the stills. People having stills out there in the woods, and they never disclose their location, of course. But then there was this other documentary that they did. It wasn't like a documentary, but it was like a legit show, like Pawn Stars and stuff like that. And it was about these 3 or 4 families that were harvesting ginseng. And apparently, ginseng is worth a ton of money over in Asia. So these people were, going through these hills, but it gets really competitive, and they're out there with like guns and stuff like that, trespassing on people's lands, trying to harvest ginseng. It's a leap year baby secret. It's funny. Appalachian Outlaws. Is that what they're called? They were serious though, man. It was very competitive, very competitive, and all them dudes out there are armed. I mean, they were running around with AR-15s and shotguns and everything else. And there's a lot of robberies too. People breaking into other people's places. So like a lot of those people had those security dogs, stuff like that, watching their stash. But these guys would come in. They had brokers, basically, like ginseng brokers, coming in, and the price would fluctuate. I mean, it was like the stock market. The price would fluctuate on this ginseng. People do that with magic mushrooms too. That's crazy. But the problem with the ginseng, though, from what I understand, is that it takes a long time for the ginseng plant to fully, I guess, the right word is ripen, maybe, or is ready for harvest. So it's like they have to, some people were coming in and ripping out of the ground before they were fully ready to go, which is a big waste of money. So they were really fighting over that kind of stuff. It was just really shady that was going on. You knew three of those people personally. Maybe they were on that show, man. Ask them if they were on that show. I don't know if it was on like TLC or Discovery Channel or something like that. It was years ago, like 5 or 6 years ago. I'm sh- I'm sure you could find it on YouTube. It was hilarious though. It looks like the storm's blowing a little bit more to the southeast. By the way, it's just pulling into plain. Yeah, it's already pulled into plain view actually. Really? Wow. Four prongs are everywhere. Looks like most of that lightning that was approaching Hollis over in Oklahoma has kind of just disappeared. There's still a little bit of rain coming down, but the lightning over there by Muleshoe, just to the northeast of it, it's about to approach Plainview. I think it's gonna go right between Muleshoe and Plainview. It looks like to the west of I-27. There's a lot of lightning over there. I don't see any hail mixed in with it, but it's medium too. Yeah, it looks like a little bit more than medium rain over there. Substantial rain. I think that left part might make it to Lubbock before it starts turning east. I think tomorrow's forecast, again, the majority of tomorrow's forecast was up in Nebraska and northern Kansas. So I think that's going to be our focus tomorrow. I think that's where we're going to get the majority of the storms anyway. I think while we have a little lull here, I'm going to go. Nothing's really I mean, we're going to keep an eye on that storm for everybody. I'm going to just for giggles, I'm going to go over here to Germany and see what their radars look like. Is it true that the whole country of Germany is smaller than the state of Texas? Does anybody else know? I want to say I saw a statistic on that the entire actually it was more than that. I think the state of Texas was actually bigger than Germany, France, and a few other countries combined. It may have even gone to London. I mean, not London, England. there's any geography whizzes out there, let us know. Doesn't look like there's too much rain in Germany right now. There's Frankfurt. Dusseldorf. I love some of these names in Germany. They're great. Munich. There's a little bit of rain to the northeast of Munich and to the southwest of Prague. Not a whole lot there. Let's jump over to South Korea. Compared to Seoul. They only have 2 weather stations, it looks like. Here's another geography question. How big is South Korea compared? What would be like the nearest state as far as land-wise? That'd be about the size of like Georgia. Looks like there's anything going on over in South Korea. Let's get down to our friends in Australia. We'll go along the coast here. Cairns, Townsville, nothing there, nothing there. Not much there. Emerald. Now we're getting to some of the populated areas here. Brisbane, Logan, the Gold Coast. For anybody who watched that show, what was it, Marty and Wendy Bird from, oh, come on, man. What's the name of that show on Netflix? Not Breaking Bad, Ozark. That show, Ozark, on Netflix. The 2 main characters, I guess, Marty and Wendy Bird, they were planning that when they finally got away from the cartel that they were going to move to the Gold Coast and Australia and change their names. They had like documentation. So if you ever watch the Ozark, you know what I'm talking about. South Korea is only 99,000 square miles, roughly similar to Oregon. Really? Wow. That's crazy. Only the size of Oregon. There's a little bit of rain down there near Sydney. Let's run it for the heck of it. But look at their storms. Their storms blow towards the northwest. It's blowing in from the ocean. While our storms pretty much on the east coast blow northeast for the most part, out into the Atlantic. The jet stream will come up from Louisiana, up 95, and out to the Atlantic. Maybe it's the time of year too, because didn't somebody say that Australia was getting ready to? It was going to hit winter. That's like their winter time right now. They're going into their winter as we go into summer. And I guess because they're in the southern hemisphere, maybe. Let's get in here to Melbourne. This is a really slow weather night, I think. I don't think anything else is going to happen. We might be cutting this stream early tonight, unless something happens. I'll jump back on if something happens. I'll keep my I'll keep my notifications on. But this might be Netflix night. Oh, by the way, I did go ahead and order one of those HD antennas there, Elise. Who else had one? Elise, you had one, and somebody else had one. I'm excited to see what channel. I'm really excited to see the local channels, but I'm curious to see what other channels come with that. I think I can't remember how much it was. It was less than $20, something like that. I don't think it had the remote function where you can like turn it. Maybe it did. I can't remember, but I don't think it was one of those fancy ones where it has the little motor in it where I can turn it. It kind of looked more like a. It didn't look like it wasn't really like one of those real square ones. But I'm really curious to check it out. Paul Mall, you had one. That was you. Yeah, I went ahead and picked one up, man. Because I mean, my TV. I mean, I hardly ever use it. I mean, the kids use it for like the video games, But honestly, if I'm not watching Netflix on it or something like that, I don't use it. If I had the local channels, and stuff like that, I think I would get more use out of it. But hopefully, it's going to be here tomorrow. So I'm super stoked about that. Man, I started hearing y'all talking about it. It sounds really good. I mean, I've seen them for years in the stores, but yeah, I'll take a screenshot of it to see if the reception's good. I don't know how it's going to be here because I'm kind of like out in the middle of nowhere, so I don't know what the reception's going to be like. But I'll take some screenshots. I don't think I can stream it. That's probably against YouTube rules, but I'll definitely take some pictures so we can see. So here's our storm. I'm going to just leave it up here, let it roll. But yeah, I'm super stoked to see if I'll probably end up watching like is Wheel of Fortune still in there? I used to like watching Wheel of Fortune on I forget what channel was that NBC. Wheel of Fortune comes on. I used to love Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy, but I haven't seen it in years. It's crystal clear, huh? Yeah, I'm super excited. I gotta check that out. I mean, basically, you're getting free TV. Wow, you get it all the way out there. Then that's awesome. I'm just glad I don't have to climb up on top of my roof and mount something up there. That's what I was afraid of because when people say mounting an antenna for that, I thought it was going to involve getting on the roof. In this old house I live in, I'd probably fall through it. Yes, you guys might miss me, man. I don't know if I don't. I heard Pat Sajak and Vanna White were retiring, so I don't know if they're going to keep the show going after those guys. I think they filmed the last episode, didn't they? I don't know if they're still going to be on the air or if like they're going to have new hosts or something. Because that show went for how long? It was like over 40 years. Here, I'm going to Google it and see. Let's see how long Wheel of Fortune's been on the air. It says Wheel of Fortune. Oh my gosh, I had no idea. It says Wheel of Fortune debuted in 1975 with Woolery and Susan Stafford, leading the show before the Love Connection host departed over a salary dispute with NBC. Legendary producer Mel Griffin hired Sajak and famous letter turner White in 1982, and the two have become fixtures in the series. Um, so 82, so that's 42 years, right around 42 years. Said they started working together in '82 when the show first aired in syndication. Sajak and White stands at the two longest-serving hosts of any television program in game show history. Wow, 42 years. Oh my gosh, you're not going to believe this. According to this, reports say Vanna White has hired an aggressive new lawyer to make a power play to stay at Wheel of Fortune. Apparently, Vanna earns $3 million a year, whereas Pat Sajak has been making $15 million a year. She gets three. If she's complaining that she's only making $3 million a year, she turns letters. And she doesn't even turn them anymore. She just touches them. They're digital now or whatever. It says next season, Ryan Seacrest will take over the esteemed role of host, while White will stay on board. I don't know when this was posted. Wow, it says maybe today was the last show. It says this article was posted 3 hours ago. So I don't know. It said, I don't know when this was back on April 2nd. It said Jared Leto hosted a portion of Wheel of Fortune on Monday. This was Monday back in April. On Monday as an April Fool's prank. At the beginning of the show, Leto walked out with the show turner, Vanna White. The announcer of the show then said, "Here are the stars of our show, Jared Leto and Vanna White." So they were just pulling a prank. It says Pat Sajak's last day was June 7th. So they filmed tomorrow's show today, actually. That's funny. That's crazy timing. After more than 4 decades and 8,000 episodes, Pat Sajak's final spin as host of the Wheel of Fortune is here. Sajak's farewell episode will air Friday, June 7th, wrapping his last season on his beloved game show. That's wild. He let the bio foul. That's awesome. Let's see. What is another game show that's been out there forever? Wheel of Fortune, Jeopardy. Jeopardy's been out there for a long time, right? I remember watching that in the '80s, the early '80s. But I think they've been through several hosts. I think they had like a host, like sort of like with Wheel of Fortune for the very beginning, and then we had the other guy that passed away a few years ago. His name escapes me right now. Which is weird. I'm not. I'll go trivia and stuff like that, but I'm just looking at the news. I'm not going to go political because I know if I do, I'll anger half the people. So, I'm staying away from that. There's a story on the news that I really want to comment on, but I'm not going to touch it. There's 2 stories that I'd really like to go into, but I'm not going to touch it. There's no way. You guys can just read the news the way y'all want. I'll cover sports though. If anybody wants to know anything about sports, I will definitely call that out. But I'm not touching the politics. No way. Looks like the NBA Finals is going on. Celtics won the first game of the series tonight, 107-89 over the Dallas Mavericks. And it looks like Oklahoma beat Texas for the college softball World Series, I guess. And it's a four-peat. It's their fourth year in a row. I think Drew Carey still does the prices right. Last I heard. Let's make a deal. Let's see what the Oilers did tonight. Let's pull up. Where's the hockey scores? It looks like game one is going to be on Saturday at 7 p.m. Central Time. They're going against the Panthers. It looks like. Is that the Stanley Cup? Is that the finals, or is that just the semifinals? That's the finals. It looks like. Wow. I used to pull for the Oilers back in the '80s when Gretzky played for them. Those Gretzky, Coffee, and oh my gosh, I can't believe the defenseman Gretzky, Coffee, and the guy who ended up playing for the New York Rangers for all those years. I can't remember his name. You voted for Trump and Biden. What did you vote for Trump the first time and then Biden the second time? Mark Messier. That's the guy I was thinking of. Mark Messier. It was Messier, Gretzky, Coffee, and then that really good goaltender they had. I can't remember the other guys. I'm pretty sure it was Mark Messier, Gretzky, and Coffee with the team back in the '80s. His name isn't pronounced Messier. It's Messier or something like that. I can't remember. Had you been drinking before you wanted to vote there, Paul Mall? Well, I believe it. I hope they pull it out. I can't believe I didn't realize that the Panthers had such a good season, but I hope the Oilers can pull it out. I need to go check on something real quick. Something just got really quiet in the house that's shocking me. Those of y'all who have kids know when things get too quiet, you have to go check. And things got a little too quiet. I was getting a little concerned. That usually means they're getting into something. Hey, Jess Crawford here. Well, you know what, at least? You know what's really cool is that I might do that. And the reason I say that is because the streaming app that I use will let me do something like this. Here, let me show you. And what I was going to do is because when we're covering weather, especially football around here is really popular, um, is that I was going to stream along the bottom sports store scores, but here, let me show you what this can do. So you can have something like this. Let me see. Let me see how to configure this really quick. Timer, template, and you can use a lot of different templates. So let's do something like this. Let me see. You could do that, and then I might have to take this off the screen. Hold on 1 second. There we go. There we go. Let's see if that comes up. Oh, are you rolling out, Paul Ma? If you're leaving, dude, have a good night, and hopefully we'll catch you on here tomorrow. Yeah, I gotta mess around with it. That's the first time I've ever put it up on the screen. But we'll be able to check, keep some folks updated with the sports scores. Now I gotta figure out how to get it off the screen. Let's see. That's not it. Oh, crap. There we go. Paul Mall has left the building. Yeah, that's all right. Well, of course I was going to put the Oilers up. You didn't think I was going to put the Panthers ahead, did you? Hey, what is this? Can I display this on there? Hold on. Wait a minute. I might have. Game one, I'm going Oilers 3, Panthers 1. That's my prediction. How about you, Elise? What do you think the score of game one's going to be? Uh-oh. There we go. I think Radar Mega just crashed. Bear with me 1 second. Got to restart it real quick. There we go. The only thing we have is Randall, Potter County in Texas flash flood warning. Oh, your game's going to go to overtime, huh? Right on. That'd be a good way to start the series. An exciting overtime game. The heck is going on there? Wait a minute, I'm curious now. Wow. We can actually watch cams in other countries. Let's go to London, see what they have there. Guess it's sunrise in London right now. Let's find a good one. You won't play it. What about that? Oh, that was neat. Oh, that's cool looking. It's on the Windy app. Yeah, there you go. She just posted a link. It's really good. Where else in the world could we go? Let's see. Here's France. Oh, that camera moves, it looks like. This Egypt? Yeah, I think it's really cool. I still have a lot to learn about it, but I think it has a lot of potential to do good, do some good stuff. Wow, look at that city. That's really nice. Oh, that was really neat. Look at that, lit up at night. That's really cool. Let's see. See, this is what I was talking about. Some of these sites. Whoa, hold on, I gotta kill that. Whoa, sorry. See, that's what I'm talking about right there. Being able to, some of these sites will allow you to have it in a floating frame like that. That's really nice. I like that. And then if we could find more cameras like that in the United States, and then have something like this. That's not updating correctly. Let's go to weather radar, maybe. Let's see. I'll look to see where are they playing the first game at. Is the first game? It looks like the first game is going to be in Florida. Yeah, the first game is going to be in Florida. Look how crystal clear it is there. That's really nice. Well, now if somebody really is in another country, um, we have the ability with Wendy to go check it out. If somebody has like a weird request, if somebody's in Beijing or something, or wherever, we'll have global weather. CCTV.com. I'm curious to see. It's all in Chinese. That's not moving. It's up here, Sonia. If you go to up here to this setting here, and then go to data overlay settings, I just have it set for 15 minutes, and then the lightning animation right there. It used to show as like little crosses, but then when I put on the lightning animation down here, then it started to like actually show the little lightning icon. I'm not sure if that's the same one you're messing with, but and then on the windy one, I think it's under. You have to click on. I think it's the weather radar part. I'm not mistaken. Wow, look at that. That was really cool. How the sun goes across the sky like that. Oh, wow. The sun didn't. Well, it did rise. The sun came up for a couple hours in Antarctica. Palmer Station. Look at all those icebergs or chunks of ice or whatever they are float around there. Active fires is another feature. Interesting. I want to check that out. We'll get back to the United States. Let's see. There's the dusk mask one with the current temperatures. It's 102 in Vegas right now. Is that accurate? Or is that current? As of 10 p.m. Mountain Time. I'm not sure how they measure that. I don't understand that one, but just under the radiation one. I didn't see the radiation one. Holy cow. God. Kind of curious to see what the radiation one says. Whoops, sorry. I don't see a radiation one on here. Then is that the. Oh, it's past the pictures. Oh God, I see it now. I think I might have to switch it to a different one. So, what am I looking for as far as radiation? Let's see. Wait a minute. Does it like indicate like radiation? In I don't know. Radiation. Do I need to have it on a certain? Let's see. Whoop. What that does. Look at Japan. Okay, let me try that. Let me just take this full screen really quick. Is it the little blue squares, or is that the are those highway numbers? I think the blue ones might be highway. Well, maybe not. I think those are highway numbers. Hmm. Doesn't look like they're doing anything when I click on it. I mean, up at the top it'll say like 0 mmH. Is that like a measurement of radiation? Or do you need to put the little bullseye over it? Oh, okay. I would imagine there would be still some readings where they had that tsunami at that power plant, but I don't know where it is on the map. The Fukushima or something like that. I don't know where that is in the country. I thought it was on the eastern coast of Japan, but I could be completely wrong on that. Fukushima. Wasn't it Fukushima? Oh, I see what you're talking about. I just clicked on that link. Interesting. Wow. Man, this app can do so many things. Holy cow. That's amazing. Man, I've got so much studying to do with this stuff. I try to watch some video tutorials on the Windy, but there wasn't a whole lot out there. I imagine it's because there is so much. It would be impossible to cover it all. Somebody needs to make like one of those really long tutorials. There we go. Now it's showing up down there at the bottom. Long-term exposure levels. Okay, but they're not showing in the United States except for that's not. I don't think that's the United States, is it? The radiation there is 30.97. I don't know what's good or bad. I don't know. Yeah, they don't. Either the United States doesn't report on it or what, but it definitely does in Canada. Yeah, they definitely do in Canada. See if they do in Mexico. There's nothing in Mexico. South America. And maybe all the maybe not every country reports their information. It just took a little while to update, I think. Yeah, there's the Japan one right there. Whoa, look over in Europe. Look over here. Whoa. That one's over 7,000. That one, that's the highest thing I've seen. Most of them have been in the hundreds or double digits. Where is this? This is in the Ukraine. We're on the border of Belarus and Ukraine. Have you ever seen a reading that high, Elise? It says long-term exposure to levels up to 2,000 is generally considered to be non-life threatening to health. But this is over 7,000. There's one below it at 1,100. Really? Well, all those European countries are tracking it, for sure. I'm not sure whether the United States isn't. Canada is. I didn't see anything in Central or South America, but Europe is on top of it. That one in the Ukraine is disturbing. I'm not sure I know what I'm reading or looking at, but all the other ones are in the hundreds or double digits. That's kind of scary, isn't it? That makes a lot of sense, though. They were dropping bombs over there and it's stirring it up, but that's good grief. That's right on the border of Belarus, Ukraine, and Russia, I guess. Russia. There's a few sites in Russia. Wow, that's wild. I'm gonna have to study up on that. Man, I could play around with this forever. This is nuts. Oh, it's 9:35 Pacific time. Look at some of those weather reading or temperature readings. I'm assuming those are accurate temperature readings. Oh, there we go. So there's our active wildfires. Is that in a residential area? Excuse me. That looks like a residential area right there. If I'm reading that right. That looks like some kind of industrial area too, where there's 445 acres updated 17 hours ago. That almost looks like it's near some like fuel places, which is terrifying. What the hell am I looking at? Don't those look like big things that they hold oil in? I think I might have messed up. Crap. There we go. Oh, okay. I don't think that's what I meant to do. Let's see. Okay, so there's my bullseye over one of them right there. And then you said click on the gray. You mean clicking up here? The gray bar above, select that. Gosh darn it. Hold on. See, when I do that, it brings up the forecast on the bottom. You can cover all kinds of weather events now. Yeah, you're right. I was actually just thinking the same thing. Um, Literally, if somebody wanted to ask something in chat now, I mean, there's really no. I mean, this app is incredible. There's really no limitation to what we could cover. That's why I need to. I need to. I need to. I have a lot of studying to do, especially with hurricane season coming up. I need to learn a lot more about these hurricanes and tide reports and all that stuff. I think this weekend I'm just going to be doing a lot of studying. I mean, I'm still going to be streaming, but I think I'm going to be cramming a lot of information in a short period of time. But I have to recruit you at least to maybe you could be the hurricane person, and I'll be the thunderstorm person, and then we can get somebody else to be the fire person, and people being experts in different areas. Like reading all this stuff here, like swells, dew points. Going to have to go to meteorology school. Somebody was actually saying they were going to meteorology school. I think it was one of the guys in North Carolina. Bottom of the sidebar. Whoa. Oh, let me take that off really quick. What is this? Attitude surface. I don't know what that is. So let's go. Oh, I guess I have to have something selected. Hold on. It won't let me click on it now. I messed something up. I think it was only working when I had the active fires. No. Yeah, I can't click on anything down there now. Yeah, that's for sure. wonder if you can bring that up. Oh, that was kind of cool. Wait a minute. Move it over here. Okay, hold on. Let me see. Yeah, it was the same thing with Red Art Mega. It was a learning curve for sure. It didn't take as long with that, but I think this is going to take a little bit more. But that's okay. It'll be fun. Let's see. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Sorry. The settings. Okay, here are the settings. Okay, so it will keep my settings that way. Okay. Whew, man, this is a lot, a lot, a lot, a lot. That rainstorm still hasn't even made it to Lubbock. That's crazy. Oh wow, that looks a lot like windy. Let's see, clouds. See, this is why at least I said I need like 10 monitors. So I have like a bunch of monitors with all the different stuff on it. Maybe this time next year we'll be making some money from this YouTube channel and I can invest in some equipment somewhere or get a grant or something like that. Get somebody to donate a ton of money. It wouldn't even really take a ton of money, just some more monitors and a better computer. You know, this laptop computer I'm running is literally from 2013. It's old MacBook, and then and I'm actually only using the MacBook for web browsing. I'm using the iPad for everything else, for the stream, Windy, all the different apps. I'm just using stuff that I had around the house anyway. My phone. Speaking of which, it's probably gonna be running out of battery power here in any minute. Let's see. And there it goes. Yeah, I'm at 2% on my phone. It's funny. I just looked at that. My phone's about to croak. There we go. Damn. My right when I looked at my phone to check the battery level, it went out. I lost my camera. I think this might be. It's what is it? Well, I thought about I was gonna buy an extra monitor. Um, I'm trying to think how that would work. I need to do some research on that to see the laptop's definitely not worth doing anything with because it doesn't even have the. I don't even think it doesn't even have a USB-C port or HDMI port out. I know you can use the iPads and hook up an external monitor, but I think it might be limited to one or something like that. And it has the program called Stage Manager where you can have a bunch of different ones. So I might be able to do that. I'm gonna go watch some videos here in a little bit about that to see if you use the Stage Manager application on the iPad, and if you can have multiple apps running at the same time. Because if I could just get one big monitor and then have the apps all over the place, but then I don't know how this screen share would work. Because that's what I'm doing is I'm just using the screen share to project it to YouTube through the streaming app. But that's definitely some good ideas. But I'm gonna do some. I'm gonna go do some research on this Windy app because I think this is going to be really, really helpful using with Radar Omega. And I think Radar Omega. I think is really, really good for the severe thunderstorms and being able to see where tornadoes are potentially going to happen and when they're actually on the ground, and tracking the correlation coefficient and everything like that to find the debris fields and the stuff in there. I'm pretty good at reading that kind of thing. And the information is really good as far as, getting a list of the active severe thunderstorms and any kind of severe weather for that matter. But I think if I could learn more about this Windy app, using both of them hand in hand would be a awesome resource. I think it would be just a wealth of information to be able to provide to people. It's just going to be a matter of using the app a lot faster and knowing exactly what I need to get to, what buttons to push to get to the information. Because I can read the information off pretty fast. Like through when I'm just using Radar Omega, I can get it off really quick. Um, but I think using the other app too, I'm gonna have to get it down just as good as I have the Radar Omega app down, and be able to get the information from my eyeballs to my brain and out of my mouth really fast. Because some of the when some of those storms are happening, we might have like 3 or 4 storms going at the same time, and I need to go back and forth. And with Radar Omega, I can get the information out there quick. I can get my mouth rolling, but using both of them, I need to start practicing with Wendy and being able to get more information and know what I'm talking about when it comes to the meteorology terminology and all that stuff. I really need to work on that and getting that down. So I think for the next probably couple months, that's going to be what I'm going to be doing in my downtime is studying a lot and getting that down. It's going to be a lot of studying. But it is 10 minutes to midnight. I don't think I'm gonna run it. I don't think I'm actually. I think I'm actually gonna take the map down. I need to. I actually need to use my iPad tonight. I actually need to use it for some studying that I'm gonna do because the old laptop here just doesn't. I wish I could stream from the laptop. That would be optimal. If I could get another laptop that was good enough to keep up. But this old laptop, this is really rough. I think I'm probably just going to end up killing the stream here at right in just the next 5 minutes. And then I'm an early riser, so I'll probably get it back going probably around. I'll keep an eye on the weather all night. If something crazy happens, I don't foresee anything happening. I think that forecast told us it was going to be up in northern Kansas tomorrow, in Nebraska. I don't see anything for. I don't foresee anything happening tonight. I think it's going to be a really slow night, and but I'll be up at 6 Central Time, and I'll check if anything's happening. I'll probably start the stream up anyway, at 6 and just have the map going. What's up, Grizzly? But I think I'm gonna stop the stream and kick back and start studying this app. And once I finish with that, I'm gonna start doing some taking some of these online classes for this meteorology stuff, so I can speak with some kind of intelligence as far with this app, because I think it's going to be a really good resource and hopefully provide more beneficial information to folks, that kind of thing. Be able to show stuff on the Windy app and say, hey, this is what this means, and this is what's happening. So anywho, I want to thank everybody that came out tonight. I want to thank everybody who subscribed. Special thanks to Elise for helping out with the Windy app and becoming a moderator and all the good information. So give a big round of applause to Elise for all the awesome help. And I hope everybody stays dry tonight. Everybody should be good. There's still a little bit of rain down there in Texas. And hopefully we'll have a good day tomorrow. And I will catch you guys at some point in the stream. And I hope, again, everybody has a good night. And thank you so much for all the kind words and all the subscriptions and likes and all that fun stuff. All right, guys, take it easy. I will catch y'all